You ever wake up thinking your life's on repeat, same faces, same corners, same suspicious glances every morning, but one split-second choice flips your whole world on its head? Yeah, that happened to me one winter night, and I promise, it's a story that starts rough, but ends with something like hope, or maybe just proof that people can still surprise you. The night the wind nearly cut me in two, I was locking up my garage, Terry's Auto Repair. You know the one? Looks like it's been through a few too many Jersey winters. Most folks here keep to themselves, head down, keys ready, eyes even readier, especially when you look like me, a big black guy with prison ink faded on his arms, and a past folks never let you forget. In this neighborhood, you get treated like a rumor that never dies. I stopped wishing for friendship years ago. These days, I just hope nobody throws a brick through my window. That night, the street was empty except for the sound of my boots on the salty concrete. The sky bruised and heavy, the kind of cold that hurts your teeth. I was about to pull down the garage door when I caught a flicker of something small and shivering wedged under that old bus bench across the street. Now, it ain't rare to see someone sleeping rough around here, but this shape looked wrong, fragile in a way that hurt to look at. Maybe I should have minded my business. Folks like me are always one misunderstanding from another trip downtown, but some things you can't ignore. I crossed over, careful, hands open, and when the shape twitched, I realized it was a kid. Maybe 6, 7, skin pale as milk, hoodie thin as tissue, shoes too loose, too dirty. He tried to crawl away, but his legs just folded and he went limp on the ground. Let me back up a sec, you gotta understand. People here cross the street to avoid me in daylight. Picking up some lost kid in the dark. That's a headline waiting to happen, and none of them would write local mechanics save child. Still, I knelt, spoke soft, told him I had heat and cocoa inside. Didn't ask him questions. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not about trust, it's about showing you aren't a threat. He didn't answer, but he didn't run. So, I scooped him up, felt like carrying a sack of frozen twigs, and brought him into the garage. The air inside was barely warm, but compared to the street, it was paradise. He stayed quiet, eyes big as moons, watching me make cocoa, never touching the mug. I wrapped him in a blanket, checked for bruises, and that's when the pit in my stomach got deeper. Rope marks on his wrists, a bruise on his neck, the kind of injuries no playground can explain. The kid wouldn't talk, not a whimper, not a sound, and it hit me. He couldn't talk. Maybe out of fear, maybe something worse. I wanted to call the cops right away. I really did. But the last time a guy like me was alone with a kid who couldn't talk, the ending wasn't a medal, it was a mug shot. You get me? So I hesitated. The world outside was cruel, but it was honest about it. The world inside my shop was quiet, and that night, it felt like the only thing between this boy and whatever put those bruises on him. But here's the twist. As I tried to decide what to do, the boy fished a small black button from his pocket, held it out like a secret. Carved on it was a weird emblem, not something you find at the dollar store. For a moment, I thought maybe this wasn't just another lost kid, maybe someone out there wanted him back, and not in a good way. I knew then, keeping him hidden wasn't just cowardice, it was dangerous. If the wrong people came looking, I couldn't protect him, not really. So I grabbed the old rotary phone, dialed Child Protective Services, and waited. My heart pounded like it wanted to escape my chest. The woman on the line was calm, asking for details: how old, what injuries, what name. I told her what I could, careful, precise, like a man who's been to court too many times. When she asked my name, I said it out loud, let it hang in the air like a dare. Terry Jackson. She paused, but thanked me. Said help was coming. 15 minutes felt like hours. I made soup, tried to get the kid to eat. Every noise outside made him flinch. Finally, I knocked 3 short raps, not the battering ram type. 2 people, a cop, clipboard in hand, and a woman in a big coat with a badge swinging at her hip. She knelt by the boy, voice so gentle it nearly broke me. And when she looked up, she told me what I'd already suspected: he matched a missing kid report from Pennsylvania. Abduction. High profile. I handed her the button, try not to shake when the cop bagged it like evidence. When they took him, the boy finally made a sound of breath, raspy and thin, like a locked door creaking open. The woman turned to me and said, "You did the right thing." Not everyone would have. I almost laughed because that's the thing about doing right. It doesn't always feel like a choice. Sometimes it's just survival. Then they were gone. Kid bundled in her arms. Cop glancing over his shoulder like he was waiting for me to confess to something. After they left, the silence returned, but it wasn't the heavy, hostile kind. It was lighter, like the whole block had let go of something. Maybe I had too. I stood by the window until their car disappeared, then sat down beside the heater, cat purring at my feet, wondering if I'd wake up tomorrow with handcuffs or headlines. You know how it is. Next morning, I didn't expect visitors. Nobody ever came by except the mailman and folks needing a quick tire patch. But just after 9, 2 black SUVs pulled up. Not cops, but federal agents, and here's the kicker: the boys' parents, tired and grateful, faces older than yesterday. The mom handed me lilies and a package. The dad pressed an envelope in my palm, said it wasn't payment, it was gratitude. He wanted to fix up my shop, because you matter here. At first, I wanted to refuse, pride bubbling up like old engine oil, but he stopped me. You already paid what nobody else would, he said, and for the first time in years, I believed someone meant it. Contractors came, patched the roof, painted the sign. Underneath Terry's Auto Repair, they added, because kindness is a choice. People noticed. A woman brought muffins, a kid offered a sweep. Even the teens started nodding instead of glaring. I wasn't invisible anymore. I wasn't a ghost. One day, the boy came back, red coat, zipped up tight, cheeks rosy, his mom smiling behind him. He handed me a yellow button with a goofy face, hugged me hard, then looked up with those same haunted eyes, only now they weren't afraid. For the first time, I saw hope there. And let me tell you, nothing in this world feels better than that. Not a paycheck, not forgiveness, just a chance to do right and be seen for it. Now, when I lock up at night, I don't just hear my own footsteps. I hear the voices of people who finally see me, who wave, who trust me to fix what's broken, and sometimes, if I'm lucky, to help them start over. So what would you have done? You ever feel like the world's just waiting for you to screw up, but all it takes is one act of kindness to change the whole story? Let's talk about it. Is forgiveness real? Can people change? Or are we all just stuck being what folks expect? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear the stories that keep you up at night, the choices you made, the ones you regret, and the ones you do all over again. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the past. It's about what you choose to do with the moment in front of you.